bum. Bum ba da ba ba da ba da ba dum. Da 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 dum. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. It's Patrick here for our Monday night mini medicine card readings. I will be your friendly neighborhood shaman for the evening as we pull some cards and talk to the animals. I'm getting set up here. Gonna light me some sage to smudge my cards to let other people realize we are on and let everybody catch up a little bit. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Hope you're still having wonderful holidays. I know Kwanzaa just started, and whether you celebrate Hanukkah or solstice or Christmas or all of the above, I hope you have a wonderful Festival of Lights, whatever Festival of Lights that you celebrate this time of the year. I wanted to go back to Minnesota, but that didn't turn out so well. But that's where I'm from. Okay. My cards must have really needed cleansing because that sage is really, really smoking. So, welcome. Happy holidays. It's almost the new year. And woohoo! So we're gonna pull some cards. So, oh yeah. And I've got some Osha bear root because I love it. Hey, Sage. It's called Osha. It's called bear root because it's what the bears chew on when they're sick. And it smells divine. And I've been a lot more connected with bears lately, as evidenced by my latest comic page I'm in the process of drawing. Having a lot of bear medicine in recent days, so not to mention my matron goddess is Artemis, whose main totem is the bear, so bear with me. So thank you for joining me. If you haven't been here before, welcome. My name is Patrick, and I am the owner of Perching Wolf Studios, upon whose Facebook page or YouTube channel that you are watching this on. And what we do, toward the beginning of the pandemic, I started doing this weekly card pull because of such weird, unprecedented times. I figured everybody needed a little more guidance. And I've just kept it going because I really enjoy it, and I appreciate everyone who tunes in and takes part, because it wouldn't be the same without you. Literally, it's your presence here that influences which cards get pulled, what aspect of those cards I talk about. So it's really you doing the reading. And so what we do is I will pull 3 cards from the medicine card deck, working with the totem animals. And so we'll have 3 animals that volunteer, and your job is to choose a number between 1 and 3. And of course, in the infinitely abundant universe, you can choose 2 numbers or all 3 numbers, whatever your little heart desires, because that is the way the universe works. And anyway, so then I will do a reading on each card, each animal having a different meaning, medicine, symbolism, message. And so depending on which card corresponds to the number you chose, that will be your guidance for the week. And if I can keep those readings short and to the point without too many tangents, which I am bound to do, then I actually have my handy dandy drum right here, and we'll do a guided shamanic journey so you can talk to that animal that you chose, but that chose you, and get a message straight from them. So, alrighty, are you ready? Okay, I'm feeling like I need to shuffle them one more time. Let me get a little bit more of that Osha going. Love that. All right. One more shuffle. All right. Ah, cool. Aha! We have a few that don't really show up very often. How cool is that? So choose your number. Find out what animal guide is choosing to walk with you this week and share their medicine, their strength, their wisdom with you. Okay. So number 1, if 1 was your number, you got the whale. Whale is the recorder of the animal kingdom. The legend is that whale sings in her song the history of the earth. And what's interesting about that, I find interesting about that, is a number of years ago, I read an article in it was a scientific magazine, and it said that scientists were really baffled because whales have these long whale songs that they sing, and they said that the song stays exactly the same year to year, except for a little bit tacked on to the end. It changes just a little bit at the end of the song. And I'm like, oh my God, it's true. They're just singing on that last year's history. What's interesting about this is that water is the best conductor of sound. Okay, I'm feeling compelled to talk about something I don't a lot, but if you know anything about like the ancient astronauts, other races that have visited the Earth in prehistoric times, there was a race, the race of giants, I believe. And this is all from memory because I don't remember. I have a tendency not to remember the exact details, but I believe it was the giants who came and they were infusing like the ice and the water with information, with knowledge. And if you've ever seen anything about that Japanese doctor's book or videos about his thing about messages and water, you know that like just speaking into water, just sound waves in general, how certain sound waves create different patterns, different vibrations create different patterns. And so water is one of the most receiving mediums for that information. And especially like the ice can be a place that holds all that information. And so whale is the recorder, the bard, the one who holds the history of the world, because they have access to the oceans, which contain all the information of anything that has ever happened here. You know, if you get into like the holographic universe, and one of the things that one of the images they give you to explain a hologram is like a bowl of water, and as you drop things in, it creates those ripples, and if you freeze that water at a certain point, it'll tell you exactly what was dropped in, all of that kind of. So it's like the oceans are basically a library, and the whale is the librarian. Whale sings the history of the world. What this means for you is, if this is your card, my first comment whenever this comes up is, I recommend that if you don't already, that you start to journal, that you start to write. Because just in the same way that the oceans carry the whale song for miles and miles and miles, there is something about your personal song, your life, your story that is meant to go out on the waves and connect with other people. There's something about your story that needs to be shared, that needs to be recorded. And, you know, you might be in the middle of that story right now. You may have come through that story, whatever that personal challenge, hero's journey that was. But know that you didn't go through that for yourself or by yourself. Whatever, you know, hero's journey you have lived or you are living, there are those in the future who are going to benefit from that. And so in a way, you're carrying them with you. At some point, you're going to write this down or put it into art or put it into song. It's about finding your voice. Whale is here to help you find your voice, to find that medium through which your story can be expressed to others. Because like just the phrase, the hero's journey, which if you don't know what that is, Joseph Campbell, he was the world's leading mythologist, for lack of another word, the greatest authority on world mythology and stories, and how the power of myth intertwines through culture, through humanity. And he coined the phrase hero's journey because it is the basis of every single story ever told. It's the same formula of, you know, leaving home, leaving the familiar, branching out in search, on a quest for something to help whatever like there's like some challenge that happens and you're forced to leave the familiar to find a solution for that, and you go around and there's all these different components, and you eventually come back around to where you started, realizing you had the answer all the time. And so whatever that hero's journey is that you're living, you literally are a hero, and you are going on that for the benefit of others, not just yourself. You will get great benefit from it, a better understanding of yourself, of the universe, and everything. Sorry. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy just popped in. But life, the universe, and everything. And where was I? So, on your journey through this world, like they say, no man is an island. You touch and are connected to all beings. So this hero's journey, your story needs to be told, because you are the one with you might not think of yourself this way, but you had the courage to face whatever challenges you're facing, whatever conflicts you're facing in your life, in your world. And your ability to find yourself, to find your strength, to find your light, and to come through that challenge, whatever it is going to give other people a taste of their own strength, their own light, their own courage to be able to face whatever personal hero journey they are on, you know. And by going through this, so if you aren't Whale yet, if you haven't come through that challenge yet, Whale is bringing you the ability to plumb the depths of your emotions. You know, water represents emotions. The ocean is the deepest possible. And Whale doesn't have to worry about being washed away by the currents or caught in the tides. Whale can dive and swim and navigate through the water. Whale is the master of the ocean. And so it helps to give you that ability to navigate yourself through whatever issues, whatever emotions come up. And just like the picture here, that's Sirius. That's the dog star Sirius. It's the brightest star in the night sky. And according to Native American legend, that is where Whale came from. Whale came from Sirius. And so with that on the card, it's gaining through knowing where you've been and telling your story. You have your North Star. You know where home is. You have your bearings. And by telling your story, you give others access to their own North Star to know no matter what else is going on, they know the way home. They know where home is. Okay? Yeah. So sing, find your voice. Know that whatever you're going through, there is a bigger picture, there is a bigger purpose to it, and you are a light bringer. You will guide others how to come through similar situations, okay? So that is Whale. Number 2, if 2 is your card, you got the Rabbit. Rabbit is, for such a simple little creature, Rabbit has quite the complex medicine going on. First and foremost, Rabbit is about creativity, fecundity, virility, right? You know what rabbits are best known for? Their virility and all of that, and that's why they're a symbol of spring and that new life emerging out of the ground. And just like the Easter Bunny, all the things, a spring equinox, that is what rabbit represents, that creativity and creative opportunities. Rabbit comes along to help you see the different creative opportunities in your life. And just like Rabbit, who doesn't run in a straight line, if you've ever seen a rabbit run away from you, they run zigzaggy. And so with that metaphor, your creative opportunities, your path is not going to be a straight line. It's going to bend and wend and zigzag, because you're going to have one opportunity over here, then there's going to be another one over here. And so it's about listening, watching the signs, listening to your heart on which direction you need to go next, and to take these creative opportunities as they come. You know, the synchronicities that happen, the people or the things that show up in the right place at the right time out of the blue. That is how to navigate your life. You know, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I've had a couple people come in and I've asked them like how, you know, whatever cards come up, it shows me that their intuition is kicking up a notch. And so I'm like, how are the synchronicities? And they're like, oh my God, they're freaking me out. I'm like, don't let them freak you out. That's how I literally navigate my life, is I watch for the synchronicities, because that is the guiding compass of how I know which way to go. So watch for the synchronicities. Run toward the opportunities. And know that, you know, just like Rabbit, who I've heard referred to as the popcorn of the animal kingdom, because they're so plentiful and everybody eats them. If you miss an opportunity, there's always another one coming. You're never there. You're never out of luck. You never missed that one opportunity that was going to get you to wherever you were going. No, opportunity abounds around us. Just like the apple tree that drops hundreds of apples. It's like you don't just, oh crap, I didn't get that apple, now I'm out of luck. No, there's hundreds of apples still around. The universe is abundant. The universe gives us a lot of help, a lot of opportunities, a lot of gifts, a lot of blessings. And when you start to see those blessings, you're setting, you know, you rewire your brain to start recognizing more blessings and more things to be grateful for and more gifts that the universe is giving you. So be grateful. And know, if you miss an opportunity, number one, how can I put this? You are always in the right place at the right time. You can't be otherwise. You have never left your path. You have never been lost, truly. And so if you miss an opportunity, that wasn't your opportunity to have claimed. And there is another opportunity, probably a better, bigger opportunity, that had you taken the first one, would not have come to as good a manifestation as the second one. I hope that makes sense. The other thing about Rabbit, I told you it was kind of complex. Rabbit, in the book that comes with the cards, the word that accompanies Rabbit is fear, which I don't like. It kind of puts a negative spin on it. But the story that goes with it is that one day Rabbit was just hopping along the woodland path, and he looked up and noticed eagle flying overhead, and he was so afraid. He didn't want eagle to eat him, so he starts jumping up and down. Eagle, yelling as loud as he can, "Eagle, don't come and eat me. I'm really afraid. Please don't eat me." And the eagle didn't hear him the first time. So he jumps up on a hollow log, starts jumping up, banging his feet, waving his paws in the air, yelling even louder, "Eagle, don't come and eat me. I'm really afraid of you." And of course, the second time the eagle swooped down, heard him, swooped down and ate the rabbit. And so it's a lesson that you call to yourself what you focus on. So if you're focusing on what you're afraid of, like that, trying to get eagle's attention to convince him not to come eat you, you're just drawing everything that you fear to you. So in short, it's about focusing on what you want, not on what you don't want. Don't focus on not wanting to be late for work. Focus on being on time. Like we were just having a talk not long ago. My fiance is like, "Oh, I'm so glad we're like winter conditions here. I've been snowed in today," and she was being really grateful that the power wasn't out. And I'm like, let's rephrase that. Thank you for the power staying on, because if you focus on what you don't want, we're like grateful that the power wasn't on, but that focus is on the power being off and avoiding a situation rather than being grateful for the situation that actually exists where the power is on. And so you get what you focus on, like they say, where consciousness goes, energy flows. And so focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Now, the thing is, about that story, about the eagle eating the rabbit, that is not the end of the story, because the eagle comes down, the rabbit's fears are manifest, and he is eaten by the eagle. The eagle soars back into the sky, and all of a sudden, the rabbit's consciousness awakens within the consciousness of the eagle. And Rabbit is able to look down on the world from this perspective that he couldn't have even imagined in his rabbit skin. And so by doing this and having his fears realized, he learns something and realizes there's nothing to be afraid of. So come next spring, when he's reborn into the warren along the other rabbits, he'll have a little more courage, and he'll know better not to call what he's afraid of, but also knowing that there is nothing to be afraid of. That even your worst fears, there is, how do I put it? You are greater than anything you can fear. You are greater than your fears. There is nothing that you cannot come through. You are an eternal, divine being of light. You are eternal. Your body someday will give up the ghost, literally, but that spirit part of you, that essence of who you truly, truly are, cannot be extinguished, and you will go on forever. And for instance, my aunt died a number of years ago. She was my favorite aunt, and so I was like, I kept checking in after she died to see, kind of check in, make sure she was okay, see if she'd gone to the light. And the whole day, every time I checked in with her, she was laughing. And she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I believed that." You know, and so it's like even the rabbit getting eaten by the eagle, then being able to see from the sky the entire world. Like once you leave this world, everything you feared is gone. There is nothing to fear. And if there's nothing to fear from that point of view, there's nothing to fear here, you know. The universe is not about good versus evil. You know, we need to leave that duality mindset behind. You know, even the superhero movies I love, it's still the good versus evil, the good guys versus the bad guys. And it's about crunching out the bad guys, you know, and all of that kind of thing. But what is truly, truly going on here is love and fear. And it's a non-dual thing. Fear is the perceived absence of love. Fear does not exist of its own volition. It is not, you can have love without fear, but you cannot have fear without love, because fear is like an eclipse of the love that's present. It's like turning away from the love, refusing to see the love that is there, because the universe is love. That's all that exists. That is the only power that exists in the universe. And so fear is the ignorance of that love. And so and in this world, that fear actually serves a purpose, because it's from fear. Fear is the seed of courage. Without that fear, we would never grow. We would never try new things. We would never find that courage to be able to expand into new realities, right? But if taken too far, fear can engulf us and keep us down, but it can't do so forever. Fear is temporary, love is eternal. Because fear is an illusion. It doesn't truly exist. It is a perception, and that is it. So, one of the things that I found helpful for me when I had something coming up I was afraid of, like having to talk to a certain person or enter a situation or not knowing what was going to happen next, I would see like having to face somebody, I would see them in front of me, and then I would picture them as a cardboard cutout that I can just push over. They might look mean and menacing and bring up feelings of fear, but underneath I knew that that fear was only an illusion. It was only that thick, and I could push it over, and I was going to be fine. So, just another extra little tool that I use for myself. If you find yourself facing those fears, but know that the universe, like, bring up that Einstein quote I love about your greatest decision in this life is whether you live in a friendly universe or a hostile one. And if you live in a friendly universe, everything is love. The universe loves you. The universe supports you and carries you, and everything that happens is towards your greatest expression as the divine light that you are. So there is nothing to fear but fear itself, right? Anyway, so, okay, thank you, Rabbit. And moving on, so we have time for the meditation at the end. Number 3. three. We got the links. She has been coming up so often lately in different readings. And in fact, she's one of the ones, like I said earlier, I've been, there has been an uptick in people awakening, people tuning into their intuition, and Lynx is kind of the matron saint of psychics and seers. Lynx is the keeper of secrets. Now she doesn't like when I say that, it's not, she's not keeping secrets to be like, ooh, to know something on someone else, to have the dirt on them, or to like, I know something you don't know. It is nothing like that. Her keeper, being the keeper of secrets, within that lies the discernment of when to share secrets. That just because she knows something doesn't mean she's going to share it. It's about, again, trusting your heart. You know, one thing that cats have in common, all cats, is their independence, because their heart is their authority. They answer to their heart and to no one else. And so Lynx knows, like, she'll look at you and she knows everything about you. She sees through you, and without even talking to her, she knows everything about you. But unless asked, she keeps those secrets because they're not hers. Just because she knows them doesn't mean she's obligated to share them, because depending on the timing, depending on the person, where that person is, what stage they're at, etc., to divulge some of those things could be to dampen their progress rather than helping to support it, right? My guides are showing me this image. This might kind of be belying my age a little bit, but when I was a kid, there were like the Hot Wheels, like the tracks with the cars, and there was this one set that it had like this plunger thing. You would push on this plunger as your car was going through, and it would speed up your car. And so you had to have the timing right, because if you hit it at the wrong time, you would stop your car dead, right? And so it was the timing. If that pressure was pushed at the right time, choom, your car got a new burst of speed. If you did it at the wrong time, same pressure, then it would stop the car in its tracks. So it's about timing. It's about discernment. What is proper to be said right now? And it's the realization that if you are like a psychic, a reader, card reader, a seer, whatever, that your responsibility is not in the telling of the secrets. Your responsibility is in the discernment of which secrets are appropriate at that time. Yeah. I need another drink of water while I'm thinking. Lynx, it feels like she has something else to say. What is it, Lynx? Okay. So, here in the Puget Sound area where I am, this seems appropriate because, like I said, we didn't have a white Christmas, but we had a white second day of Christmas and a white third day of Christmas. Today is the third day of Christmas. And Lynx has these gigantic feet. If you've ever seen them, they are like totally out of proportion with the rest of their bodies. These huge, furry feet. And the purpose of that is because they run on the snow. And they're literally like snowshoes. They disperse the weight of the cat in a way that they don't sink into the snow, and they can walk on top of the snow. And so Aha, cool. Okay. And so if you utilize the knowledge, the wisdom, the information that you see, that you perceive, and you use it, how do I put this into words? You practice that discernment, and you have the perspective to see, how do I put this into words? This has to do, and it's interesting, we've got circle of life here, predator and prey. But what I was talking about with Rabbit, as far as the fears and the duality, the good and the bad, Lynx preys on the rabbit, especially the snowshoe hare, and the image that they're giving me is not so. Okay, when it comes to psychics and tarot readers and light workers and healers and such, if you how do I put this? I don't want to make it sound like some are better than others, or some are just not as informed or anything like that. But you do have, there's especially readers who have been, okay, I'm not going to put it that way. There are readers, people who see the truth, who see the information, but are still caught in that duality framework. And so their help, they might help a little, but they don't really expand a person's experience. If you know what I'm trying to say, like, kind of like the ones that are there to, like, is my boyfriend ever going to call me again? Am I going to find true love? Is this going to happen or that going to happen? And I mean, anyone can, it depends on the receiver as well, the person who's getting the reading, because you can only connect with them as far, as they are. But what am I trying to say here? I don't want, okay, so I'm going to stop going. It's like I'm trying to explain how to get out of duality by speaking from the duality point of view. So what I'm going to do when I do these readings, okay, when I do readings, whoever's in front of me, I see them as whole. I see them as the divine presence that they are. And I know they're whole. I know that they have all the answers within them, that they may just not be able to perceive them. And so when I use my skills, talents, gifts, whatever you want to call them, to do readings for others, I start from the place of wholeness and light. And the cards and the readings are how to help them regain their bearings back to their own North Star. So everything I do, I try to do it from an empowerment point of view. I work in like how things can work for you, how, and it's not just putting a happy spin on something. There are those who will do that, but who still, they approach reading from that duality, like they're still good versus evil, and that you're trying to outwit the evil and basically just survive. When I do it from the point of view that you are divine. You are here. You are whole. There is nothing wrong with you. You just can't see the entire truth for yourself wherever you are right now. And that's where the cards come in, to be an interface, to be something that the receiver can focus on, that can conceptualize, and it's a jumping off point platform for me to connect with the animals, to bring in what's needed to empower this person, to get that light shining in the person, because it's not about just trying to outwit or outdodge the bad things that are happening, right? And so if you're like Lynx and you can discern those things of what's right to say and at what time, etc., you're still going to be able to rise above the snow where everyone else is in the snow. Think of the snow as duality. You know, snow is water and water is emotions. So it's like that topsy-turvy getting pulled under, you know, the general consensus of the world of what's right and wrong, blah, blah, blah. And Lynx is above that, not because she's better than anyone else, but because she sees the truth and sees the secrets, and her job is to raise others above to the point where they can walk on the snow as well. Not to just help them find pathways through the snow, but to rise up above the snow, at least to know themselves, to have that bearing of who they truly, truly are, and know how to go home. All right? I think that's what I was trying to say. I hope that came out right. But that's my job, is to empower others. That's my approach. That is my job. That is my responsibility, is to help others see their own answers, their own power, so that they can become the Lynx as well. You know, because there is nothing hidden. We are all part of the same collective source energy. And so ultimately there are no secrets. There is nothing that you can't know. You can tap into anything. And so it's a step toward that transparency where we're all divine and we're all human. We make mistakes. We can give each other the benefit of the doubt here in this world, because this world is temporary and who we are is eternal. So for what it's worth, that is Lynx. So I think I have time. So like I have explained before, when I'm doing readings and stuff like this, it feels, like I said, I try to do it from that place of empowerment. But no matter how clear I am, how connected I am, what I say, whether it resonates or not, is still just secondhand knowledge. It's just hearsay from your point of view. If I'm truly going to empower people, I want to do things to help them connect with their own heart, with their own voice that connects to their own guidance. Hence, I have started doing, when I've had time at the end of these videos, to do a short guided shamanic journey to meet with whichever animal or one of the animals that chose to walk with you this week. And so I'm going to beat my drum softly and just guide you to the place where you can get it right from the animal's mouth. So go ahead, close your eyes, take a deep breath, hold it for a moment, let it go. Take another deep breath and hold it for a moment. Let it go. Now feel yourself relaxing, supporting supported by whatever chair, couch, floor you are sitting on. And as you breathe normally, allow yourself to continue to relax. And bring your awareness to the middle of your forehead, your third eye. And as if it were one of your other two, open that eye and look out into your imagination. And find yourself on the edge of a great forest. You're back to the trees. You can hear the birds singing. You can feel the coolness of the shade of the trees behind you. And in front of you is a vast meadow, tall grasses waving in the wind. You can hear the buzz of insects, dragonflies, and bees buzzing hither and yon, the color of butterflies flitting and flirting throughout the air. And in the middle of this meadow, you see a great flat rock, a rock that is just begging to be sat upon. And so you make your way into the meadow, feeling the grass brush against your legs, against the tip of your fingers, watching the bees and the dragonflies dart hither and yon, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face. And when you get to this rock, you sit upon it, get comfortable, feel the sun warmth stone beneath you, the warmth of the sun above you, and a soft breeze brushing past your cheek, keeping you at the absolute most comfortable temperature. And as you look to the side of the rock, you see a river bubbling and churning. You see the trees in the distance, the beautiful blue sky. And as we sit here on this rock, we invite whichever animal is appropriate to come meet you nose to nose. Might come from the water, if it was the whale. Might come from the sky, who knows? These are spirit animals, and they can do anything. They might come from the trees. They might come out of the grass. Just wait expectantly, knowing they will be there. And when they arrive, welcome them. If it feels appropriate, you can throw your arms around them, scratch them under the chin or behind the ears. Thank them for coming. Thank them for choosing you to walk with in this week. And now I'm going to be quiet for a moment or two. And this is your time to ask them, what is their personal message for you? Why did they come to you, and what have they come to help you with in this coming week? So I will be quiet now with just the drum. Enjoy your conversation. Come in words, nothing has happened, no one has shown up, or they haven't spoken to you, know they are still with you. They will come to you in a different form. Pay attention to your dreams, both nighttime and day. Listen to the conversations around you. Pay attention to the images that come before you, but know they are there. And so it comes time to bid them farewell for now, knowing they are still with you, but go ahead and thank them for showing up. Give another scritch behind the ear, under the chin, or a hug, or whatever is appropriate. Thank them for coming, and let them return from whence they came. Their work for now complete. And as you watch them disappear from where they came, become aware again of the surface you're sitting on. Let this rock transform back into the chair or the couch or the floor, whatever you are sitting on in three-dimensional reality. Bring your awareness back to your physical body. You wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, tap on your legs, on your arms, to bring yourself back fully physically. And at your own pace, when you are ready, gently open your eyes and come back fully awake, fully conscious, fully here. Be here now. Welcome back, everybody. Have I mentioned how much I enjoy doing that? I love doing that. So those are the animals that have come to walk with you this week. I hope that you're able to connect with them. Again, if you didn't hear anything or see them during the meditation, know they are still there. This is not just symbolic. These animals in spirit form have volunteered to connect with you this week. So continue to connect with them. Continue to ask what their message is, and feel them walking with you. Feel their confidence. Feel whatever special medicine they bring. And if you enjoyed this and would like a reading to yourself, feel free to connect with me either through my Facebook page or through my website at perchingwolfstudios.net. And we can set up either in person or over Zoom a personal reading that basically is a snapshot of what's going on in your life right now, and you get 5 cards, and each, depending on which animal comes up and what position in the spread they're in, brings information. And it is my joy to be able to guide people in this way and to help them find the answers that they already know. So I would love to do that. I also do other shamanic services, healings, like soul retrievals and fairy doctoring, different things. So check out my website again, perchingwolfstudios.net. Check out what shamanic services that might resonate with you. I also do classes, and I'm going to have some new classes coming up in the new year. Things kind of got, like, expectedly, kind of put on hold during December because of the holidays and all. But I'm starting to ramp up to try to do some more classes. I want to do some more videos, different things. So keep on, like my Facebook page and follow my website to stay up to date on the new comings and goings. If you want to watch this again, if you get down into the week someplace and you're like, well, what was that, what did the animal say? You can come back and either listen to the whole thing, get the readings again, and do the guided meditation, or just one or the other. But I will share this to my Facebook page where you can watch it there. And I will also upload it to my Perching Wolf Studios YouTube channel, where you will find tons more of these Monday mini medicine card readings and a bunch of other ceremonies and such. So you can follow me there, subscribe to me there as well. And let's see what else. If you're so moved, I also gratefully accept donations, and I will have that information, my PayPal account, in the description of this video. So if you feel like throwing me a couple bucks, I would be so grateful. But this is free. There is no charge for this video. You are welcome here. I am so glad you are here, and I thank you for being present. What am I forgetting? Yeah, I guess website, YouTube channel. Yeah, so thank you again. Thank you for watching. Thank you for those of you who have been watching me for a year and a half or whatever long it's been. I so appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Share this video. That helps to support me. Invite your friends. Know I do this every Monday night. Invite your friends or share this to your friends if you think it will help them, if there's something they might get out of it. And Wednesday nights, I do a weekly sacred pipe ceremony. I'm a pipe carrier, and we do a sacred pipe ceremony. I hold space for people for an hour or so that you can connect to Creator, send up your intentions and your prayers, take an hour out of your week, in the middle of your week, to just let go of the world and connect to the divine. So join me at 7 o'clock on Wednesday for that if you're interested. Otherwise, I will be back here again next Monday night. Yeah. I was just trying to remember what day New Year's was. That's on Sunday. So we'll be back here in the new year. Woohoo! And just thank you. It's been a wonderful year. It's been a hectic, tough year. But I'm grateful for all of you, for everything I've been through this year. And I'm looking forward to next year. And let's make it great. Yeah. So until I see you next, know that I love you, that I see you, and that I honor you. Have a wonderful week this week, everybody. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Celebrate. And go shining. All right. Bye, everybody.